like a fun ex for me. You know what I mean? So
No, I know that it wasn't.
yeah, and it was interesting. So I did a lot of things. I had a good friend of mine, because we've been talking about this, and I like went and got the book that he wrote, and I was reading it, and there were so many things. I didn't see the one-man show, but I heard about that are so not true that it's hard not to feel deeply disturbed by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so in a way, I hope I'm stronger because of this, or going through this process, but it's a little upsetting. Like there was something in it, just on the lighter side of it was, I like to throw parties at a house. Like, I've never thrown one party at a house and didn't let his friends use the bathroom because I wouldn't let certain people use that. Just things that are so deeply upsetting. So
Right.
That's going to be a tough one for me. What I've experienced, and to have somebody say, oh, the best punch I ever threw was against Robin, and she bounced from one wall to the next and was out. I'm literally praying that those things, we're in a climate where it's not acceptable.
Well, those are the words of Robin Givens, and she stated that she didn't want any part of the movie that Jamie Foxx is going to make, a biopic of Mike Tyson's life. And she said there were a lot of lies that Mike said, and she was just deeply disturbed by it. And she read the book that Mike published called Fire and Fear, and she was just blown away by the things that were said that weren't true. Okay, now let me counterpunch. Robin Givens was once labeled the most hated woman in America. Okay, that's how she was described, as the most hated. And the question you ask yourself is, how do you think she got that title? Now I know publicists and journalists, they can be rude, they can be cruel, they can be harsh, they can be a lot of things. And I know from outside looking in, you look at her situation with Iron Mike and Robin Givens, it's easy to judge. You got to take into account it was 92, 91. They were really young. Mike was young, Robin was young. Okay, so a lot of things happen. People do stupid things when they're young. I'll say that. But I'll also say this. You're offended, and this is my problem with that. You're offended because of what a movie that, or how you will be shown in this movie that hasn't even happened yet. They're going to start filming it, but it hasn't happened yet. And you're concerned about it. You was concerned about a book you read, Fire and Fear. But why aren't you worried about the movies that were already made about you? Think about it. The Tyson movie came out years ago with Michael Jai White. Very good movie. You ever saw it? Check it out. And she was displayed as that same type of person. Robin Givens, gold digger, most hated woman in America. Those things had already happened, and you didn't hear her say shit. Why? Well, you wonder. My counterpunch. This is my counterpunch. I believe she didn't say anything, probably because, for one, it was true. For two, or she was doing very well in her career at that point. Now, Robin Givens works a lot, but so most of those films are straight to DVD. They are not, she's no Halle Berry, okay? And Once Upon a Time, they were all in the same damn movie. You know what I'm saying? Boomerang is one of my favorite films. However, why aren't you really why aren't you complaining, or why didn't you complain about that then? Okay? And saying stuff that wasn't true, you forget that here's the deal with media, people. It can be researched and looked up. She said being with Mike is like complete hell. It's been pure hell. She basically humiliated the man on television, and he didn't say jack shit. Right? He was kind of like catatonic, sitting there on the couch with Barbara Walters, okay? She's a, very, very renowned journalist. I think she passed not too long ago. But that's where you got that personality from. She was supposed to have been pregnant. Money was missing. Things like that. Her affair with Brad Pitt. So I get certain things. I would be mad if that was untrue. But then again, if it was that bad, why isn't that a defamation of character lawsuit? Because normally that's what happens, right? If that goes down, if someone's saying something that far off the rocker, you are on legal grounds to sue, right? I could be wrong because they were once partners, but it was crazy. I'm just looking up this interview and the things that she said in the interview.
You know what people write about you, say about you. This is the beautiful, glamorous actress with her beautiful, glamorous mother who are out to ruin this, basically, I don't know what, tough guy?
Naive, yes. Yeah.
Why do they say it?
I think people wonder why we're together.
You are a college graduate, right? Well-educated, actress. This is a man who was a high school dropout, who went to reform school. You're very different, at least on the surface. Why do you love him?
Because he's smart, and because he's gentle. He's got this incredibly gentle side. Because Michael loves me more than anything in the world. I feel like he needs me, which I like. I like that.
Well, that's why I love, because she really feels that she can protect me.
There was no prenuptial agreement.
No.
Ouch. Now, that alone, okay, because I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'll leave the link below, let you guys check it out. That alone tells you when Barbara Walters, she drills people, okay? It's an interrogation. And what she did was she asked him, why do you love him? Well, he's smart and he needs me, and he has a gentle side, and I'm more loved than anything. That's really not why you love him. If someone asks you, hey, why do you love that person you're with? And you say, because she loves me. It's not really what they asked you, Now, by default, I think this here, we could chop this up with Mike Tyson's, his take on that marriage versus her take, because in this same interview, she did say there was another side, and it was like complete hell. Okay, so I will actually leave the link below. But you look at a relationship, and in any time when you're looking and reviewing something in the past, your perception of it is one way, and someone's perception of it is a totally different way. See, a lot of people might look at certain things like a glass. That glass is half empty. A lot of people look at it half full, right? So it's crazy. So in other words, in marriages, a lot of people look at the good things or the positive things about the marriage versus some people harp on the negative. So it depends on where your mindset is when you start writing a book. It really displays what that book will illustrate when you read it. But I'm just baffled now, and my final counterpunch on that, while there was already a movie that came out, and Robin didn't say shit. Now there's a movie that's about to come out, about to be filmed. And then you're worried about that now. Even on this interview with Barbara Walters, she already had that reputation. Okay? She already had that reputation. And it was like, okay, well, why are you offended now, later in your career? Here may be an idea. This may be a reason. Not saying it is, but my counterpunch is maybe she's not doing as well as she was back then. Maybe she needs the attention. You know, you look at someone like Jamie Foxx, renowned actor, right? A Living Color, all the way up to now. Okay? Superstar status actor. Then you got Robin Givens. Okay? That's like this. There's so many levels between those. So maybe if she attached her name to Jamie Foxx that's playing the Tyson movie, maybe, just maybe, she can bring some buzz around her again. You know, kick up a little dust. You know, this is the time, perfect time for everyone, anyone to be offended. Right? So why not? Because if it's gonna cause people to look back at you or to recognize you again as one of those actors as you're trying to attach your name to Jamie Foxx, so be it. It's quite clever if that's the case. But anyway, that's my take on Robin Givens' statements. You guys tell me what you think about her comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.